Hello, everybody, and welcome to NGW High Voltage. I am the camera guy, and here with me is the loudest mouth at the commentary table, the Guido.
Hey, camera guy, how's it going on this chilly evening?
It's going all right. Got a little bit of a flurry here. How about you?
Not too bad here in little Chicago. We've had a little bit of a dust.
Of course, we're starting off the night with the infamous dart. Well, look who it is. Camera guy, you by Guido. Hashtag Guido's fault.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Scott last week.
Yes.
So this is going to be my first official show doing this full time. Again, so glad to be a part of things. We wish Scott well. And we're in the business to never say never. So,
good evening, Jason Heath. How's it going? But I also have to give a little bit of a congratulations here today, as over the weekend, a Boy and His Monster, the team of Shrapnel and Savage, became Ignite Pro Wrestling's inaugural tag team champions after they won a tournament.
That's awesome. Shrapnel had been out for so long, finally able to come back, and the inevitable reunion of Shrapnel and Savage, a Boy and His Monster. They've won multiple tag team titles, but this has got to feel real good. With him coming with them reuniting and showing there's really it was just like riding a bike.
Yeah, you can only be first once, only one team can be the inaugural tag team champions, and Boy and His Monster, Shrapnel and Savage pulled it off.
Exactly, and it's like I said, it has been Shrapnel have been out for almost a year. Savage has been Lord only knows where.
Well, there for a while, he was trying to figure out where Shrapnel went.
Yeah. That was kind of scary when he cornered me in the locker room asking if I knew where he was. I was like, put the sickle down and we'll talk.
Well, the more impressive thing was the posters, the Have You Seen Shrapnel posters. Because I didn't know that Savage knew how to work a Xerox machine.
And from what I heard, it was quite interesting at that Kinko's getting those flyers.
All right, we got Benny in the comments saying that it should have been the Heathens that won. The Heathens were a part of the tag team tournament there. They unfortunately got eliminated in the first round, by a Boy and His Monster.
Yeah, like I said, and that was a very incredible tournament. Blakey and Pat, sweet poor baby got scared of what? Well, yeah, you have a 400-pound dude grab you by your shirt, lift you up, and start questioning you with a sickle in the other hand. Yeah, let's see how well you fare.
Oh, and we have Marcellus Knight in the chat. Hello, Marcellus. He was actually a part of that tag team tournament too. He teamed with the Sound Guy as the team of Bass Boosted. They kind of got, short, a little shafted there during the tournament.
Well, when you do these tag team tournaments, usually you have these teams that are thrown together. We've seen it, from anywhere from the indie to the big leagues. And yeah, I can understand how you feel that way, Marcellus. And you're trying to find that rhythm, getting to gel as a tag team. And
Marcellus and Sound Guy gel really well, but what happened is that they were going up against the boys, and Bass Boosted scored a 3 count. That was until Derek, if I remember correctly, put Bud's foot on the rope right after the 3 count and pointed out to the referee, and the referee reversed the 3 count.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you hate it when the referee misses something that's obvious to the rest of us, but unfortunately, they have to call what they see, and we don't have
Yeah.
this replay in pro wrestling, so.
And the referee does have the discretion to overturn, their initial ruling.
Yeah.
We see it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And we have the infamous Star saying that she will be at MMWA this weekend, and she'll watch the best team ever in wrestling, PYT.
Wait. So hold on. There's are two things that you don't hear often together: best tag, best team, and PYT. It's
Well, Playboy has Marcel saying that Bub put Derek's rope on the foot, or foot on the rope.
it's like using the weapon as a ladder.
But no, Playboy has a big match this weekend at MMWA. He's actually challenging Cayman for the MMWA Heavyweight Championship.
No, I did see that. That is going to be an incredible match.
And Virgil's going to be facing the Doctor of Decadence, Dallas Stevens.
Ooh. As someone who's called matches with both of those participants, that could be an interesting one there. I mean, but Virgil's not really known for his wrestling, so it could get quite interesting as he faces the Doctor of Decadence.
But you know what, Guido? I don't think there's many people here to see us blabbering all night long, though, huh?
No, no.
Because tonight we have an absolutely wonderful guest. Tonight we are going to be graced by the wonderful Shaloncé Royal. And I mean, I've seen Shaloncé at IWA Productions, down in Ignite Pro Wrestling. And hopefully someday she'll be able to grace us with her presence in NGW ring.
No, yeah, she's a former IWA Belladonna's champion.
Multiple time.
Yeah, at least twice.
Twice that I know of. I'm sure it's probably more.
Yeah. It's, and now that NGW has a women's championship, I'm sure she's looking forward to getting her shot at that. But I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a stacked roster of women in NGW, and of course, right at the top of that list, Lexi Green herself, the
current NGW women's champion,
first ever NGW women's
champion. All right, but you know what, Guido? What do you say we go ahead and bring Shaloncé on?
Dude, you run this show. I just co-pilot.
All right. Everybody,
you pick the music.
Please welcome the wonderful Shaloncé Royal to the show. We put you in the place of honor. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing well. How about you?
Oh, doing all right. Did it snow where you're at?
No, it didn't. It just got super cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love your tagline, wrestling's best musical diva.
Of course. Of course.
I'm just looking at the collection back there going, got it, need it, got it.
Yeah, this is a few. So I used to have this, well, I still do, but I had to be responsible once the coin wasn't flowing like it used to. But I used to collect pops, and now I'm starting to get back into it. So these are just a few of what I have, a few of the manga that I have, but I have a lot more.
We'll have to talk about that later because, oh, good Lord, the collection I used to have in the, but in moving houses here in Little Chicago, I had to downsize the collection. It happens to the best of us. I know. The funny part is I have to say, okay, now if you look past the cat, there's all these.
Not past the cat.
Past the cat.
Aww.
Have Benny in the comments saying the best musical diva, a huge understatement, the greatest musical diva.
Thank you, Benny.
Now, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but you are a trained opera singer, correct?
Yes, 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 yes. I mean, I would say, how do I define this? I am trained, but that wasn't my goal originally growing up, if that makes sense. Like, I fell in love with music from an early age, but it wasn't until I got into middle school where I really fell in love with music. But my voice was different, and I was told that my voice was really mature for my age. And so my middle school choir teacher told me, when you go to high school, you need to audition for All State. You need to go for classical. You need to do all these things, and I did all those things and more. But it wasn't until I got into high school where I got classified and they're like, yeah, you have more of a classical voice. It lends well to opera. And then I went to college for it. So, and then I toured a little bit and performed opera and then somehow wound up in the wrestling ring doing that.
That's my next question: is how do you go from singing to stepping foot in the wrestling ring?
Life. Life. You keep living. Sometimes it just remixes on you. I and I told this story like a lot of times, but I am that person that if you told me there's something I can't do, I'm really inclined to do it. Or once I commit to something, I really want to see it through until there's an absolute no. And I was involved in I was engaged and the relationship was failing. But you know how it is. Sometimes everything is telling you to stop, but you're just like, I love he, I gotta be with he. So I was with them and it was just fizzling out. And I think he was trying to shake me off, but I'm very persistent. And he said, well, we don't really get to spend much time together, but I guess we can if you come with me to judo and jujitsu. And I'm like, okay, because, I'm just in love and I just want to be all around. And I went and I fell in love with it. And I forgot that I was once an athlete and I like to do athletic things. And I kept doing it even after he stopped because I guess he just thought that I wasn't going to do it. And I proved him wrong. And judo and jujitsu stayed with me long after we ended. But during that time, I had fallen in love with Ronda Rousey because she was really making a name for herself in the jiu-jitsu world. This was before WWE. And so I'm like, if she can do it, then I can do it. But I decided to finish college. I did backyard wrestling. And then from backyard wrestling, I decided to do actual wrestling because I'm like, why am I just doing this for free in a backyard, hurting myself when I could do all those things and get a little bit of coin on the side, And I used the judo and jujitsu was noticed by a mutual friend, a friend of a mutual friend. And they're like, hey, you should do this for our backyard wrestling promotion, which was GCW or GWC. There's so many acronyms, forgive me, but It was a big big backyard wrestling promotion that had been going over for 20 years, so much footage online already. So I'm like, bet. So I have to thank my ex-fiance for getting me into judo and jiu-jitsu because that's what led me to backyard wrestling. And then backyard wrestling led me to actual wrestling. And how the singing came about, I always wanted to create a musical gimmick, but it was difficult to incorporate that in a pop sense or like a R&B sense because you can sing yourself to the ring, but when you're in the ring, what do? It's hard to be heard. Like you can sing, but your opponent may hear you, maybe the people in the front row, but what do? And I was battling with gimmicks, and it wasn't until I think it was 2020. It may have been end of 2019 or early 2020 when I was considering quitting because I didn't understand why my career it just felt like it was stalled in a sense. And it really hurt my feelings because I'm like, why haven't I been called back? At the time, I hadn't been called back to AEW. I hadn't been called back to anywhere. I was really frustrated. So I decided I was going to quit, but I said I was just going to go out with her raw. I was just going to have fun. You hear everybody say, just have fun. And the truth of the matter is for me, I'm like, I wanted to get somewhere. So it wasn't fun. I had a destination and it was hurting me with the possibility of not being able to get there. And I said, F it. I'm gonna go and make some noise, and next thing you know, I'm dropping elbows singing, and people think that's hilarious. And people, the clips were like going viral on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, and people were talking about it, and people were responding. Next thing you know, I end up back at AEW, and I just do the singing. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go all out because again, I'm gonna put up my boots anyway, right? So who cares what people think? But then that started popping off, and people were referring to me as the opera jobber and the opera singing wrestler. And I'm just like, I did go to school for it. I do have a lot of student loan debt for it, so I might as well use it. And that's how it came about. And I haven't looked back since. And I clearly was still wrestling.
It works so well. It really does, because you don't just do the singing. You have the entire personality behind it. You have, like, I remember the first time that I ever saw you. It was at IWA, and you came out. You had the big sunglasses, the big fur coat, and you just embodied the "I'm a diva. I'm too good to be here," and you just turn it and made it all your own. It's wonderful.
Thank you. I mean, I had to, especially at that time, there were more musical wrestling gimmicks coming out, There is, she doesn't go by it anymore, but she was kind of doing like a Britney gimmick. There was that. And then there's like the Becca does the pop star gimmick. And I feel like there's room for multiple wrestling gimmicks out there. But the issue is you have to find how to separate yourself from it. And I believe we're all divas. Like, people want to shy away from that term in wrestling because, women's wrestling now is like women's wrestling instead of the divas. But I'm like, no. Like I said, I have student loan debt because I decided to pursue this in music. I have performed in venues where people had to pay a lot of money to hear. I know how to sing in several different languages. You would never be in this area if it wasn't for the fact that I'm bringing the opera to you. You would never have your ears graced by an Italian aria by your choosing. So I'm going to bless people with that. And that's what makes me different, because I do have the opera background. I understand how hard it is. And I strive to differentiate myself from the other musical acts. And I'm not a bad singer. People just might get tired of hearing it. But I'm really not a bad singer. I actually know how to sing opera, unlike not throwing shade or anything, because I love Jillian, but she had her gimmick blow up because she was a bad singer. And I'm like, no, I'm a good singer. In fact, I'm exceptional, because how many people can actually sing opera and stay on pitch while also wrestling and not get winded? Me. So
yeah, that's got to be hard to sing while you're wrestling and not get blown up.
Yeah, it kind of actually does make sense. Forgive me, I'm gonna drop here, but in singing and in opera and
and forgive me, I'm just sharing the link. I see the link, so I'm just gonna share that real quick. Okay.
Oh, no problem.
But keep going. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's I myself used to do chorus, as well as even branched out into barbershop quartet singing.
Really?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome.
And the thing is, you learn your breathing. You learn how to control, when to breathe in, when to breathe out. And that actually does help. It does translate into the wrestling ring, so that you don't get blown up in that aspect. So,
yep.
I know it might sound weird to somebody who's not, but it does actually translate very well.
Yeah. And it's tough, but like you said, it's right. Like, you're learning how to breathe properly. That translates in how to conserve your cardio, which, like, it's not a walk in the park by any means, but it definitely does help. And I was very surprised to see that actually aided me in wrestling. So, yeah. And again, I'm still paying attention. I'm just sharing the link. So I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know, like, I'm just passing the link along.
It's weird. You're so pleasant here, especially considering the first time I met you. You said getaway peasant, and I might have taken a little offense to that.
Well, I just wasn't in the mood. You caught me at the wrong time. But when you catch me on the perfect time, then you get something pleasant. And you've proven that you're not an idiot. So I respect you today.
So I know that you've been the IWA Women's Champion at least twice.
Yes.
Has it been more than that?
Nope, just twice.
Nope, just twice.
Actually, so I was the first. Then I dropped it to Ray Lynn. No,
three times, yeah.
3 times because
then you dropped it to TT, the Island Girl.
Yes.
And then won it back from her, if I'm not mistaken.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't remember losing to her.
I can understand we got blocked some things out.
Yeah, yeah, I did lose it. But yeah, 3 times. It's hard to keep track though because I've had the longest reign. Just saying, so the days just kind of blend in together. I mean, I'm still currently the champion, so.
Yes. Denny's saying 4.
Hmm?
Denny Howell is saying you've been 4-time IWA Women's Champion.
I don't think so. But I'll take it. I'll take it. So, well, I won it from, I forget her name. Technically, I think she dropped it. She got injured. I forget her name.
Oh, Mandy Monarch?
Shylin?
Was it Shylin? She had to drop the title.
Yeah, Shylin got injured a couple years back.
Yeah. Okay, so it's had some interesting changes, but I just never pay attention because when it's on me, like who else do we need to pay attention to? It's just a continuous reign because I am the longest reigning champion. I've had the longest reigns, and I'm the most important and the most talented and the most beautiful. So, I mean, quite naturally, everyone else is irrelevant.
So, where all have you held titles in?
Only a few places. I've held, obviously, OVW. I've had one of the longest reigns there. I currently still hold the Vision Women's title, but I've had other titles. No, actually, no, I haven't had as many. I have like 2 unofficial titles that I just don't count them. One is one that I won at a convention. It was strictly like a promotion that was going to work the convention, but they only ran once and I haven't heard anything from them again. So I have a title that's just there. So I don't really count that. I don't acknowledge it yet until they acknowledge that they have a promotion. And then there's another title that I have that I don't really acknowledge anymore because that promotion doesn't run anymore either. And it was like a placeholder title they gave me where it didn't have women's, it didn't have anything. They're just like, we're going to get it eventually. Actually, both of those promotions did that. And I just got one that just says world champion. So while I'm the world champion, apparently at these promotions that are not breathing life right now, and they at least acknowledge that I'm worthy of being a champion. Unfortunately, they can't run. So I guess I can't defend. And Vision hasn't ran for a while, but the titles are still active. And OVW, I'm going to get a title back eventually, so I'm not even worried about it. And then, of course, there's the IWAP Belladonna, which eventually just became the IWAP Women's Championship.
Yeah, and we've seen you in Ignite, and they have a women's championship now.
Yep, they do, and that's going to be mine too. I'm just saying it. Is it NGW? Which is the other promotion in Illinois. You guys were speaking about that earlier. Am I saying it correctly? NGW and Ignite Pro Wrestling. I would have been the champion because it's me. However, the ladies lucked out and I got injured and it took me off, out of the competition for a while. But if I had been active and up and running, then of course, like I would have been the champion easily and probably still the champion.
I've seen a couple of your shorts about your training, doing PT after surgery and that.
Mhm.
Are you almost ring ready again?
Maybe, who knows? I just say look out. No, that journey has been difficult because I didn't expect to be out as long. I was injured August 31st of last year at an OVW pay-per-view in Pikeville, Pikeville, Kentucky. And I think I'll never forget that day. It's so vivid in my brain because I did a move that I've done quite a few times. Well, I was actually taking a move and it wasn't the person that did it to me. It wasn't their fault. Anybody can pick something apart from it, but I honestly just take responsibility. I didn't have the momentum that I thought I needed to execute the move, and I landed directly on my shoulder. And I didn't know it at the time, but apparently I had my labrum tore and my bicep was not stable and eventually detached. So I was just going around, feel like I was just in pain, but I was dealing with it. I even wrestled 2 weeks after. I wrestled J-Rod at OVW on a busted shoulder, busted bicep, and torn labrum. And so they tried to rehab it for a few months. And then I guess in January of this year, they were like, we already knew it was torn and it doesn't look like it's getting better. So we're just going to give you surgery. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I had surgery April. So I think it was like actually the end of February when they determined that I was going to need surgery. And then they actually set the surgery date on my birthday. And I said, so what we're not going to do is cut me open on my birthday. So then we pushed it off a week later. And so therefore I got surgery on April the 2nd of this year.
And so did they have to reattach the bicep or?
Yeah, they went in and did some magic to reattach the labrum together. And then they found the bicep because apparently the bicep is like goes all the way like up here, whatever, but somewhere along here. But the top part,
like right about here.
Yeah, but the top part was fraying. So they had to cut the fraying part and then reattach it. So my bicep is shorter than this side. And they had to cut the part that served no use and then reattach it and then put like one of these muscles over it. So that way I can use everything again. It's crazy. Yeah. It's insane. They gave me pictures and I'm like, why are you giving me this? I don't know what I'm looking at. It just looks gross.
Yeah, because the deltoid actually covers the insertion of the it's a long story. But
well, see, you know, it's not a simple procedure, but it's not the worst that could have happened.
And the labrum is which is like under here. It's I mean,
yeah. So that's why I got that scar here. They went through here, and this is bigger than the original incision that they told me was going to happen, but they couldn't find the beginning of the bicep, so they had to dig around for it.
Well, it's kind of like it's because if it was torn up here, it probably went down like a window shade almost.
Mm-hmm. And I was still lifting things and doing things. I was living my life. It was painful, but I was living my life. Meanwhile, my bicep was just running away from everything else.
Well, I mean, that's why it's called the bicep. Is there's two muscles there.
Mm-hmm.
So you were kind of like only having one of the two muscles there,
mm-hmm.
and it's very painful. And I this one I might agree with Dardar. I might be saying too much, and
no, it's informative.
But I also agree with
LVK sums it up pretty good here. Just Jesus Christ, ouch.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not cute.
But you have lately also been making a name for yourself on one of the platforms that we're streaming to, Twitch.
I do enjoy Twitch. I got to do it more. I have some wonderful things lined up on Twitch. So I'm getting my music Mondays together where I'm gonna, because yes, I love to sing, but I actually love to make music as well. And I finally have the tools to be able to make the music. And so I'm going to be remixing my entrance music. So hopefully, if people join me on there, they get to make the music with me, have input, and hear it before I return. And just making music of the day. Like you might feel sad, and so I'm like, let's write a sad song, and let's write a happy song. Let's write something, so that way uh, I can get practice and I can connect everyone because I truly believe, as cheesy as it sounds, music really connects the world. It really connects people. Everyone has a song that takes them back to a certain memory or a certain vibe or a certain time in their life. And no one can deny the effects of music. And so while I'm not in the ring, I want to share that and learn. Like I'm not the pro at like mixing and mastering and whatnot, but if you're up for the journey, you can join me on that journey. And I also like to play games. I love playing Jackbox with the fans, the people in the chat. I love that because sometimes, especially since I haven't been wrestling, it is really easy to feel alone or so isolated, or I just keep myself in the room. But when I can get online and joke around and play with people from all over, it does help keep your girl going. So I like doing that.
What else do you play outside Jackbox?
I like fighting games. So actually, I haven't played like fighting games on Twitch yet, but I play that on like PS5 and whatnot. I love Tekken. I love Tekken. But I'm a RPGer. Like I love Final Fantasies, like the originals. Like I played the original Final Fantasy 7 growing up. I fell in love with that. So I may do the remake on that. I've played a lot of scary games on stream because I'm not like a scary person, but I'm a scary person. But I like immersing myself in it and just seeing what happens. And I'm trying to broaden like the scope of what I play, like actually online. Because
have you played the Dark Pictures anthology games?
I have. I've played what is the one in the hotel? Is like there's one that they're in the hotel.
I forget the name of it, but yeah, it's about oh darn, now that you bring it up. It's the most recent one. It's about the serial killer dude.
Yeah. I played that one. I haven't finished the one with the camp, like the people in the camp.
Oh, that's a really good one. That has David Arquette in it.
David Arquette and Brenda's song. I was like, what's London Tipton doing in here? But no, I love that. I haven't finished it yet. I played Until Dawn, and is it Man of Medan or something?
Man of Medan.
Medan. I didn't finish that one actually, but I began playing that one. And then it was ruined because I saw, like, I don't like things spoiled for me. So like I will actively avoid watching YouTubers play through, or if my friends are playing, I don't want to see it because I don't want to go into it expecting anything. And I think that one got ruined for me, but I think.
We got Jason Eath with a great comment in here saying, I know of a Final Fantasy character that you remind me of. From Final Fantasy VI, in Camera Guy's opinion, the best one, Celeste. You are both warriors and yet can sing opera.
You know, now I have to play it because I never played 6.
Oh, you've never played 6? There's a scene that is Celeste. She is an opera singer and she does this wonderful piece actually in the game.
Okay, let me make a note.
And I played it way back when it had first released on the Super Nintendo. I'm aging myself here, but hearing that musical score on the Super Nintendo MIDI tones was just amazing. Oh, yeah.
Is that something that is the opera? I'm making a note because, like, if that's a song that I can learn, I'll do that.
They've done renditions of it. Yeah. I think, does the Pixel remaster? I've started playing the Final Fantasy VI Pixel remaster. They remastered all the music and everything. Really? I don't know if they added vocals.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Final Fantasy VI originally released here in the States as Final Fantasy
It's
3?
Final Fantasy 3.
It's 3. Okay. I do know that there was like a misnumbering for the US
Yep.
opposed to
Yeah,
Japan.
we didn't get 3, 4, and 5 here in the States originally. We got Final Fantasy, we got Final Fantasy 2, and then they released the Super Nintendo.
Jason Heath saying that Final Fantasy 6 Pixel Remaster has the vocals for the song.
Oh, Pixel Remaster. So is it 6 or 3?
Yes.
It's 6.
It is 6.
Yeah.
Because once they started releasing the collections, they fixed the numbering.
Okay.
It's like trying to remember. It's like trying to remember the order of the doctors. But okay, so I'm going to ask the question since you mentioned you played Tekken.
Okay.
And I might have to meet up with LVK once I get some practice in on MK1. Who's your main in Tekken?
Lily.
Okay.
Well, which Tekken? So Lily is my main in general. However, in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, I love JC, which is essentially Michelle, I believe, but not Michelle, but has a similar style. It's like the wrestling style. So JC, the wrestler. And I'm trying to think. I have a backup just in case, but I'm trying to remember because I just always go with Lily. I'm trying to think of.
See, I go Nina.
Nina. I enjoy playing as Nina in the earlier Tekkens, but when I saw her, I think in 8, I'm like, why they do her like that? Why that hairstyle look like that? I simply can't use you if you looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Like, no, I have to look aesthetically pleasing. And they put her in that oversized shirt. Now, this is my thing. I love Tekken, and the system is great. But they need to really work on the customizations, making them varied. They really messed up by making you buy everything. Now, like back in the day, you could just really work hard and fight and get a lot of this stuff. I don't know what they're doing. And why did they do that to her hair, the dress? Where's the bodysuit? Like, you can have that. But when she's introduced, she's looked like someone left her behind. And they don't care about her. And her sister, when they released Anna, I'm like, why your hair is doing this? This is ridiculous. So therefore, I can't use her until she looks better.
You have very strong feelings about that.
Oh, you have no idea, man. You have no idea. I used to main Armor King back in the day.
Really?
And, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's Tekken is so technical.
Yes,
as
which is what I love about it.
Which
it's not fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to know your inputs. You really to get everything together, especially to get your 10 hit strings and all that. And it's because I've done pretty well on the technical ones like Tekken, Killer Instinct. Games that do get pretty technical.
Mm-hmm.
Find them a lot of fun. We might have to scrap a bit.
We do. We should. I welcome that challenge.
See, I was one of those people that back in the day when we had arcades, and they had the Tekken machines in the arcades, and I think it was Tekken 2, to where they put the PlayStation 2 memory card slot in the arcade machines, to where you could bring your Tekken 2 save and play it in the arcade in tournament and get tournaments against people, and you can plug the PlayStation 2 gamepad.
I remember that.
Machine.
I remember that because I didn't do it with Tekken, but I remember plugging in my DDR Max. So they had their DDR one.
Yeah.
But then you could plug in another one and go against. No, I guess you couldn't go against it. Why did I bring it? Because there was only 2 people, but you could hook it up and use your own mat instead of the one that they had.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago. Well, I was actually in St. Louis. We're going back to Tekken again. They actually had something like, I don't know if you remember the activator system
for the Genesis.
Okay, he does. You literally had this little plastic octagon that had sensors with it. And you would actually have to move like move yourself. Like in order to throw a punch, you'd actually have to throw a punch. Throw a kick. You actually
Really?
yeah.
Mhm.
I never had one.
I actually did this at an arcade, and good lord, I was so sweaty afterward because I'm like, oh, this is
It's a workout.
So,
no, it was
so a little
work.
bit technical knowledge on that. The way that actually worked was in each of the 8 segments, there was a infrared light that would shoot up and it would bounce off the ceiling paint and then go back down. So when you would move, you would break that beam.
Oh,
So if you were
okay.
playing this in a room where there was a spinning ceiling fan, it did not work well at all.
No,
What?
there's a lot of games.
Ah,
There was a lot of peripherals back in the day, and everybody's trying to get their thing, and trying to make gaming interesting, trying to make it fun.
that's cool. Sorry for the ceiling fan people.
I just didn't have a Genesis, so
Ugh,
I
I
think they
didn't
made it to the
either.
who knows? Maybe one of these days.
LVK saying, "Good God, the arcades! I was king of any Street Fighter arcades."
Oh, I love so my favorite Street Fighter that I played was Street Fighter Alpha 3. I think it was Alpha 3.
Oh yeah, what? Oh, good lord.
I was obsessed with that one. I have the new one, but there's just something about 3 that just stuck with me. I'm stubborn.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, have you ever? Okay, I got to ask you. Have you ever played the original Street Fighter?
I think once or twice in one sitting, back when you actually had to be at somebody's house to play it if you didn't own it.
Well, I mean, it was hard to find because it wasn't until the 30th anniversary. The only way you could play it at home was either I think you could play it on the Commodore 64, but the only other way was the TurboGrafx 16, and you had to know what you were looking for because it was actually called Fighting Street.
So I had a friend that family was in the military, and they brought, I don't know where they got it from, but they had the first Street Fighter. And I remember, unless it was like 2 and I didn't know, but I was actively at their house playing it. Because at first I was like, I don't care about any of these people. And then I started caring about the people. But I didn't get to play as much because they were like, well, you're a girl.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a lot of guys, and I was like the only girl, and I wanted to play and I didn't know what I was doing.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I hate about that there's, and you see it till to this day, people gatekeeping. Anyone can pick up a controller, anyone can play, and everybody deserves to have fun and kick back and relax.
Thank you, and I agree. Ugh, if I can go back in time, I would change a lot.
But
yeah, I mean, everybody needs to subscribe to your Twitch channel.
Yeah, follow me on Twitch. There's music, there's games, there's scary games. Who knows? I might go live tonight. Who knows?
Oh, well, you're live right now.
I know, but like on mine. I might play some Overwatch or something just to clear my brain.
Isn't it Overwatch 2 now?
Yeah, there's.
It will always be 1 to me. I'm not acknowledging the 2 because they know they effed up when they decided to try to put things behind a paywall, like there was some brand new company or something that didn't know any better. So I played Overwatch when it first came out religiously. Like I would come home from work and I would play it, and then I dropped off. I come back and there's Overwatch 2 now. If you create a new account, there's characters that you automatically don't get that you have to play to unlock. When I first played, you just got everybody. You just had everyone. Yeah. Now they make you slowly unlock them. Unlock. There's certain, like loot boxes was the thing when I played. So you had an opportunity at the luck of the draw to get the skins that you wanted. They didn't make you buy things. You could buy it if you didn't feel like doing that. Now, some things you just got to buy. There's so many things now. There's so many more characters now. But I understand things change and things they nerfed a lot of the characters from back in the day. But I do really enjoy playing Overwatch still, even though I came back and I felt like an old woman. I was like, who is this person? Why are they doing this? What happened to their ultimate? And I'm just mad.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, because like I bought Soul Calibur 6 and like,
I love Soul Calibur.
oh yeah, oh it's great.
Their
I was actually,
customization is great. If
oh yeah,
Tekken
Yes.
if Soul Calibur and Tekken had a baby, like if you take the customizations from Soul Calibur, but the fighting system from Tekken and some of the deep dedicated like scenes from Mortal Kombat and the fan service and all the other stuff from Dead or Alive, and then if you could but take all those, it will be amazing. It will be amazing.
which is interesting because Tekken and Soul Calibur are made by the same people, so you would think that would
You would think.
you would think.
I'm like, why is my hair still going through my chest? If I'm Lily, it doesn't need to be like impeding on my outfit. Like, but then with Soul Calibur, it just looks so freaking good. And I don't
Yeah.
understand. They need to trade team members, or maybe maybe they still kind of want to have the old school type look or whatever, where we're still like, this can't be real people. I don't know. But I'm tired of seeing my beautiful hair go through my outfit, and my outfit, you can't see the whole thing because something's blocking it, and the weapon that I have equipped to her is this far away from her hip. You know, like, it's just, I don't understand. But I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry. What were you about to say about Soul Calibur?
No, that's the thing. I was waiting for you. You're the guest. It's your job to you we're here for you.
I know, but I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
But yeah, but it's the Project Soul developers. They like to take their time, and they don't like being rushed. I mean, with Tekken, like, you know, there's that hardcore fan base that they're like, we gotta get this out, now. And well, we've learned from any WWE 2K game, you know, rushing things can be very, very bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
But, go ahead, Guido.
All I need to do is see that picture of Becky Lynch with her hair looking like Macaulay, and it's
the glitches.
Yeah. But speaking of playing games, I'm not sure if anybody told you, Shaloncé, but we have a great segment on our show.
Okay.
A segment that we like to call Shock Therapy.
Why? Okay.
Now, for anybody new, the way that Shock Therapy works is we ask our guest a series of 3 multiple choice questions.
Okay.
If our guest gets 2 out of the 3 multiple choice questions right, they will win a prize, which will be a signed poster of the next NGW show.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Shaloncé, you're playing for one of our live viewers to win that signed poster.
Okay, I hope I don't let you down.
And tonight you are going to be playing for Josh Summers.
Josh Summers, is Josh here?
Oh, he was here a little earlier. I hope he's still here.
Josh Summers.
But we like to try to tailor our questions as much as we can to our guests.
Okay.
And as we established earlier, you are an opera singer.
I am.
So we figured it's only appropriate to ask you questions about singing in the opera.
Oh. We'll see.
You got this.
Yep. You just have to get 2 out of the 3 right, although we are on quite the getting all 3 right streak.
Oh, okay. No pressure, right?
No pressure at all. All right. Are you ready for your first question?
I'm ready.
All right. Your first question. In opera singing, what is a high C? Is it A, a noise only dogs, aliens, and bad referees can hear? Is it B, the best voice-soothing drink before a performance? C, a very high and powerful vocal note used in classical singing? Or D, the sound that your car makes when it sees your bank account?
Oh my gosh. Man, I really relate to D. I feel like the moment that it looked like it had a little bit of extra coin, it started remixing and beatboxing. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, I can't take this.
For me, it's when you make that last payment.
Or when you fill it up with gas. You fill it, you
Yes.
fully fill it up with gas, and then something happens. Totally don't have personal experience with that whatsoever. I'm going to go with C, a very high and powerful vocal note used in classical singing.
You're going with C, and you are correct. It is a very high and powerful vocal note.
Yay! One step closer to the poster.
All right. Well, you have 1 down, 2 to go. Are you ready for your next question?
Yes.
All right. Question 2. Opera singers sometimes warm up their voices using what technique? Is it A, singing directly at the moon to assert dominance? B, lip trills, vibrating the lips to loosen the voice? C, ordering DoorDash in perfect Italian while hitting high notes? Or D, gargling molten lava for tone?
Oh, of course, I would love to order DoorDash in perfect Italian, just so that way I can show them how much better I am at what I do and in life. But I want to receive my food, so I shouldn't do that. And people, why are y'all telling people what I do with A? Like, don't tell them what I do. Like, that's a secret. But I would have to go with B, the lip trills.
You're going with B, lip trills?
Yes.
And you are correct. It is lip trills.
That was a tough one.
LBK says, I've done singing to the moon, but I'm not an opera singer.
And I don't know where you got the molten lava thing, but I think that's how Don Fry got his epic manly voice. So
that's that next level. I'm not there yet.
I swear, I listen to him talk, my beard grows faster.
Oh, not the testosterone kicking in. Okay.
But you have gotten 2 right. So you have won that signed poster for Josh, but still got 1 more in the chamber. Want to see if you can go 3 for 3?
Sure.
All right. Your third and final question is, in opera, what do singers use their high notes for? Is it A, projecting their voice to fill an entire theater without a microphone? B, stunning their enemies like a vocal Pokemon? C, melting steel chairs from 15 feet away? Or D, is it for sending snooty reviewers into another dimension for dramatic effect?
That, I'm telling you, like, D is just a given. Like, that's what I have to do. Like, that happens when I speak, like, not just with singing. Like, when I speak it, they are gone and I don't want to deal with them. However, sometimes it's used to be, like Black Canary, where we got to like stun them, or, Sindel, from Mortal Kombat. That's how they're also used. However, A is the most appropriate in all settings, because we want to make sure that people all the way in the back can hear us, as well as the people in the front row. So my final answer would be A.
Oh, you go with A, projecting your voice to fill the entire theater without a microphone? And you are correct!
Shaloncé did it.
3 for 3.
Yay! And Josh gets the poster.
Josh gets the poster.
You can't ever say that I wasn't kind to you, Josh. You can't ever say that I didn't do anything nice for someone else.
So he definitely did something nice, help him out with the poster.
Is this where I do that thing again?
What thing?
I was asking, congratulations, Josh. You have won a signed NGW poster, which you can pick up at NGW Cold Blooded this January at the Lou Civic Center.
Wonderful as always, Guido.
Well, I was debating doing the Light FM thing.
He has variety. I see.
So well, I do have a couple other questions for you, Shaloncé. My first is, what was your favorite ever singing performance?
That's very difficult to ask a performer because I think my favorite.
Not best, favorite. The one that
You're
is
right.
like, this one is the one that just always pops into my head and makes me happy.
So I think maybe at like my senior voice recital, and maybe like there was another performance after that, but it's because of a song. I love the song called A Horse with Wings by Ricky Ian Gordon. That song just sends the message of like me and how I truly feel and the things I want to do and how I want people to see me. And it just came at the right time in my life. And it seems like no matter how long I go without singing it's like my song. Everyone has their song. But at the end of my senior recital, it was tough getting to the senior recital. But it was on my birthday and it was my final song. And I had gone through and I just got hit with a wave of emotions. Like all these people crowded in this room to come listen to me sing. And I'm so thankful for that. And I finally get to share a performance, not just a song, a performance, and welcome them into me. And it was just great. And I will always remember that moment. And it reminds me, it puts me in check sometimes, but it has made an imprint on me and I'll never forget it. So I would have to say that. And my senior recital in college.
We actually have a couple questions from Dardar here for you,
Okay.
too. Say, hey, Shaloncé, two-part question.
Okay.
1, what is your favorite move to do? And 2, what do you think about when you come out to the ring?
My favorite move, it changed over the years. I think my favorite move to do is like the basement shotgun drop kick that I do. And what I think about when I come out to the ring, it totally depends. The most common thought that I'm thinking is how everyone is so lucky to hear me sing. And I can't mess this up because I have to be perfect and let them know that they can't do what I do. But then sometimes it's literally, oh, I hope I don't fall. I got to make sure I jump into the ring. There's other times where I'm like, man, I should have ate that sandwich, or I wish I ate the sandwich. There's other times where I'm like, where's the camera? I don't know where hard cam is, and I didn't ask. I just came out here. Sometimes it's just really random. And other times I'm just like, man, I don't want to drive home. Like, what can I do in this match? Like, can I just lay here? Like, sometimes it's just random. But on average, I'm really just thinking of, but in all seriousness, I sometimes just getting into the zone and trying to enjoy the moment, because you're not going to have that moment again. And you never know which one is going to be your last. So I am usually like praying or like saying something like I chant to myself, or just getting myself in the zone, like, hey, this is your time. Like, this is, enjoy it, because you don't know what's going to happen in it. Or if I'm like the vet in the match and I have someone that's new and they're excited, I'm thinking about the match. I'm thinking about how best can I make sure that, we have a good competition, that we really give our all, and that I'm there for them and they're there for me. But ultimately, I want to win. So how do I make the best of this moment that I'm given? Yeah.
You know, something interesting is that the most common answer to the question of what's going through your head when you're coming out to the ring, do you know what the most common answer to that is?
Mm-mm.
I have to pee.
That is it. I've thought that several times. Well, it's usually, so in my defense, that's usually when I'm in gorilla position. Like right before I go out, I was like, man, why didn't I pee? I could have, or of all the times I got to pee now. And then I go through the curtain and I forget. until I'm done. There was only one time I had an accident in the ring. Only one time. And you'll never know. I won't speak of it.
LVK saying we've all been there.
You know, to be fair, I think it has that sense of urgency. You know,
Mhm.
it kind of makes the performance a little better.
Yeah, yeah. Until someone does like a senton or something on you and reminds you.
Oh.
Well, I hope I never have that happen to me in my position, but you know. Although I've there's been the occasions where I've had a wrestler thrown in my lap, so it's
Now I get kicked in the face every other week.
Oh, that's great. You're used to it now. You're just eating kicks.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I'm sorry.
I keep wondering why you added that bottle of mustard in your camera bag.
He's like, look, I got to find a way to take it down how you like it. So mustard it is.
Oh, it's funny. Every time it happens, the first thing I do is check the camera.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Oh. But I also want to ask you, what is your least favorite move to be on the receiving end of?
There's a lot of those. A lot of those. I don't have a least. I just have a few that I just hate. I hate to be on the receiving end of a stank face. People sometimes just, the hygiene sometimes is just not there. Hence why I know that's why they do it. But it's torturous and it makes me want to just abandon everything and pull out a gun and make sure we just go to the finish. However, I don't do that. I don't like to be on the receiving end of German suplexes because I have been dropped on my neck a couple of times.
Ooh.
And I'm like, look, I'm trying to walk again. I want to make it out of this match to at least be able to tell people how badly you beaten me or how badly I beaten you. So if you can't give it to me correctly, just don't give it to me at all. Like, I know you're trying to win, but you don't have to kill me. I don't like to be on the receiving end of chops. I will dish out a mean chop. You can tell when I don't like the chop because the chop that I give back, it is not going to be cute. I know that there's people that are like, well, there's a respectful way to do it in a disrespectful way to do a chop. You will always get the disrespectful one from me because I don't understand why you're chopping me. Why you gotta do that? Unless I really like you, and I might be like, okay, well, I'm gonna give the honorable chop. But 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be however my arm comes down to make sure I return the favor, and I will return the favor. So those are like my top 3 moves that I just hate to be on the receiving end of.
Dardar asking if you could face anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
Luna Vachon.
Oh,
good answer.
Great answer.
Luna, I would also. So I'll give it, since Luna's no longer with us. I'll give one that is with us. Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
I love you didn't hesitate with that at all.
I did not.
No. Luna is a talent that, I mean, she never really got her due back in the day. Mm-hmm. And in all honesty, I think if she was at her peak today, she would be hanging with the top talent in the world right now.
Yeah. I hate that she never really got her flowers and everything that she's done for this business. Even like it's just it, and it's one of the sad realities about wrestling, because you hear people say all the time that wrestling doesn't owe you anything, even if you give everything. And there are plenty of wrestlers that are even on the independent scene right now that may have gotten a taste of like what it's like to be in WWE, AEW, elsewhere, that have simply just been undervalued or just overlooked per se, or maybe they weren't in the right space at the right time that an opportunity was presented. Because people often forget about the mental health of wrestlers. You can be amazingly athletic and talented, but if you're you're not on your game one day and you have the wrong conversation with the wrong person, it gets back to the wrong person and this and that. Like it can spread. Instead of anyone asking you, were you okay? Instead of anyone, and there's still a lot of like snakes in this business, to put it kindly. There's a lot of kids in the business that haven't quite grown yet. And what I mean is, you get a lot of people in the business young, but they haven't lived a life. Wrestling has been their life. And wrestling isn't the best big sister or big brother. Wrestling breaks you in on whoever was previously broken in. So there's a lot of flaws. There's just a lot of toughness and roughness in this business that's still a little outdated. So sometimes that can stunt your maturity and it can stunt your experiences. However, myself, I've had a whole life before I came to wrestling. And even in the midst of injuries, I still have a whole life. I've had to live on my own. I've traveled the world. I've met multiple different types of people, so I can hold multiple different types of conversations. And I know who I am. But you meet a lot of people that are not forced. You choose wrestling, but you're young, you grow up in it, you don't know about business. You don't know about negotiations unless someone teaches you. And then you only know how someone taught you. You may not even know to ask for some things. You may not even know that you don't know something. You go by the rules in the locker room, the good old boys, all that jazz, which some of it's fine, but it can be toxic, and the toxic can be raising people in the business, and it's really tough. So you couple all that in with just trying to be seen, just trying to be heard, just trying to get opportunities. Sometimes you're going to get overlooked because you weren't in a certain crowd, or you weren't in the best mental space, or you didn't do a move a certain way, or you were in the ring when someone got hurt and they think it's you, or you might have accidentally hurt someone. And it's sad, or it's a look. Sometimes it's a matter of you don't look a certain way for what the promoter or the promotion wants to push. You don't have the voice the certain way. You don't have the body for the certain way. You're not the daughter of someone or the wife or girlfriend of somebody. And that's what I mean, that it is a little outdated in a sense. And I think about people like Luna. She didn't have a certain look. She had a look, but she didn't have the look that we know that was sought after during that time. She had a voice, but she had a voice that was different and unique. And there's certain things that she was not going to do just to get on TV or just to get opportunities. And unfortunately, that may have stalled her from getting to where we know she should have been.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Back in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of gatekeeping, and it was hard to get into wrestling as a guy because because of the gatekeeping. But it was worse for women because women's wrestling was right up there with midgets and wrestling bears. It was seen as a novelty.
Yeah.
Far and away from what it is today, to where I was actually had this conversation with I get to name drop a Hall of Famer here, Ted DiBiase. We were talking about how he said that the women were doing better today than the men, and in a way he was kind of bemoaning it. But I actually brought up a phrase, and whose fault is that? If the women are outperforming the men, I believe Chris Jericho actually said that it's not the women's fault. Like I said, we have incredibly stacked rosters in WWE, NXT, AEW, down to now where NGW has a women's championship and a very, very stacked women's roster.
It could be better. I'm just saying, once you have them all, but continue.
Well, we can give you Phoenix's card after all this is said and done. Okay. It's and that's the thing. It actually, because when it was interesting, I kind of cut my teeth on the YouTube scene talking about women's wrestling. I know it's weird given I'm a guy, but it was a very interesting time when I started getting into the YouTube space. Because the Divas era was going out. Paige had jumped on the scene, and he was getting, I was learning more about the women's wrestlers on the indie scene. And I'm like, this is going to get huge. And they're not asking for respect; they're demanding it with their wrestling in that.
Mm-hmm.
So to see where women's wrestling is now, to where it's gotten away from that novelty with midgets and bears to where, we've had women main eventing the biggest shows in the world.
Yeah.
It's only gonna. I hope it's only just gonna keep getting better.
I have my opinions on things, and I'm praying that it does, in fact, get better. Let me rephrase that. I know it will. I think the independent scene needs to be a little bit more. I can't think of the word. Maybe more serious about it, or reevaluate things, because we still have. You have girls that train, then you have girls that may have trained for a few seconds, and then you have people like girls that didn't train at all. And then sometimes you get in this rut, and I was in that rut for a while, where I know I went through training. I knew that I knew how to do a lot of things, but when I step into a ring with an opponent that's not quite up to par, I had to come down. And then I got stuck in a whole bunch of matches where I had to come down instead of trying to elevate. But these girls that hardly were trained and didn't know, and it's not that they were walking around saying that they were trained or anything. Like, they knew that they were beginners, or they knew they didn't know anything, or they knew they'd been in the business for a while, but they weren't trying to go anywhere. But they would get booked all the time. And so I'm just saying, like, hey, I understand the plight that promoters often have or face when they're booking women talent. And I'm not saying stop booking women, because I began at some point. Like, if someone didn't get in the ring with me as beginner, then I wouldn't have been able to get better. But acknowledge that, and like, when you book these girls, make sure everyone understands, like, this is the learning. Like, this is time to elevate. Let's do that. Let's not get comfortable. And you got a lot of ladies that would just get comfortable because they feel like they're not going to go anywhere. They're still going to get their booking. They're still going to get their coin, and they don't have motivation to get better. But then there's those of us that, like, we want to get better. So I think the ladies, and this may not necessarily be a promoter thing. I don't know. I haven't thought about this enough, but I just feel like us ladies, or just people, wrestlers in general, need to make sure we hold each other accountable. You don't have to bully someone. You don't have to call someone trash, but it's okay to pull someone aside and, like, hey, there's a better way to do this. I learned this in training. This may actually help you next time. Or before we go out there, let's go roll around and train a little bit. Let's not just walk in the moment that call time is just call time. Like, get the ring up and let's roll around and practice. Let's do some things. But I saw that less and less before my injury, which made me not want to do a lot of indie shows for a while. And I just stayed at certain shows because I wanted to get better. And I want to be around people who want to get better.
No, I could totally agree with that mindset. Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's still a lot of promoters that have the old school mentality where they book women because they look good on a poster.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, nowadays it's women's wrestling is being held to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a situation you want to work against the best opponents you can find.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's promoters out there that will. I mean, your work. I mean, with your work in OVW up to this point, I'm hoping that will continue. As I talk quite often with a few guys that go up there, it's you're going to get that talent that hopefully gets you to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the springboard that OVW is.
So once you're all healed up and ready and raring to go. You've already expressed, you are already the IWAP Women's Champion. You've expressed interest in coming after the NGW championship.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Ignite Championship?
Oh, yeah. I've already talked with the promoters. I'm just letting them know, like, hey, just get ready and probably get ready for an upset or however. I don't care. That's something that they have to handle. I just know that I want that title because it's pretty and I deserve pretty things.
Well, you deserve it because you are the absolute top tier wrestler.
Thank you.
I do have one more question.
Yeah.
What's your coffee order?
It depends. Nothing is simple with me. It depends on my mood, the time of the year. But let's see, my go-to. So I do like, this is going to sound weird, but if these ingredients are available, I like a pistachio iced latte with white chocolate syrup made with oat milk and cold foam, like brown sugar cone foam on top.
Man, it actually sounds like Dubai chocolate. Yeah, that's...
You know what? It does. I was doing that before it even went viral. But if I can't have that, I like a good vanilla chai, like an iced vanilla chai with oat milk. Can't go wrong.
No, can't.
All right, and everybody can follow you on. You have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have your Twitch page, you have a YouTube channel.
I do. I'm the Fighting Siren on YouTube, where you can catch some of my best matches or some of my favorite matches. Also, videos of me just personally talking and singing, and some of my past Twitch streams are also on there.
Outstanding. But I want to thank you again for joining us here tonight.
Sorry, what did he say?
I said I'm going to subscribe right now.
Thank you. See, he's about his business.
Yeah, he's
like,
on top.
Doing it. You got to do it too, camera guy.
Oh, I know. I've already subscribed to your Facebook and Instagram and Twitch.
Okay, well, you got to subscribe to my YouTube.
I got to get on the YouTube there.
Okay.
Is it all one word, the Fighting Siren?
Yes. Oh, it actually might be spaced out now.
Okay.
The Fighting Siren.
Found it and
it's spaced out. There we go.
Yay! Thank you.
There you go. 2 more subscribers right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But I want to thank you for joining us here tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed myself. And of course, if you want to see me back again, just let me know. I actually had fun.
Oh, outstanding. Thank you again.
And let me go on record and say this has been the only podcast that I have done in 2025.
Really?
Besides me, this is the only one that I've taken. I've had a few that sent to my email and mentioned on TikTok and things like that. But this is the only one. I don't think I'm lying. This is the only one that I've done this year.
Wow. Well, we're honored.
Yeah, honored, privileged. And again, we hope that the rehab goes well. That you're, looking forward to having a busy and prosperous 2026.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I just caught myself, but I did do a podcast, but it was more like women wrestling. We were talking about women's wrestling, but this is like the only one that I did purely as Shaloncé. And so, yes, so this is the only one wrestling related. Yeah. Like that.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't want to lie.
Oh, no. But thank you again. You have a wonderful evening. Oh, what's good, Guido?
I said, well, we're still honored and privileged.
Oh, yeah. But But thank you again. Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing you in the ring again here real soon. And you have a wonderful evening.
You too. Bye. See ya.
Oh, wonderful time.
That was a great show. I mean, I am not gonna lie. I always kind of saw Shaloncé as one dimensional prior to this show.
I don't know how. Have you not seen the pictures I've gotten of her, Guido?
I have, but you have to remember that is in the confines of a wrestling show. Like I said, I don't get a lot of time in the locker room to talk to these folks. I maybe get like 1, maybe 2 minutes with everybody before a show. And we don't often get to talk about, hey, how's things going? How's the pet? How's the family? How's the pets? You hitting Waffle House I don't get to do that. I spend most of that show, most of before the show and a lot after, running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to make sure everything's set.
Want to say a thank you again for joining us tonight, Shaloncé. Wonderful time. I also want to offer thank you to our sponsors, Nick's Home Decor, Bi-State Termite and Pest Control, Needful Things Boutique in Muskegon, Illinois, Ringside Buffet out in Mount Vernon. Make sure you catch them before you catch an IWA show, and ATS Collectibles down in Smithton. And everybody make sure that you give us that top rope elbow drop on the like button, share, subscribe. Make sure
tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell the dog.
Actually, you know what? I think everybody should go in the top right-hand corner of their Facebook. Make sure you invite all your friends to follow the NGW page.
Yeah, exactly.
We're at 2.3 or 2.6 thousand followers right now, I think. We've got a little bit more time to try and see if we can end that year with 3,000. Guido, are you following the NGW Facebook page?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a part of things.
I saw what looked like you reaching for your computer mouse. Did you just follow the NGW Facebook page?
No. Joey Numbers is trying to get me to kick in a couple C notes on the game going on right now.
All right, now LVK saying make sure you take that pic with Guido. No, Guido is forbidden from taking pictures with members of the wrestling roster. Fans are okay. Wrestlers are no. There's a whole rule about it.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how this works. I'm going to go talk to a couple of gypsies, see if I can get that curse lifted. I don't know what's going on.
Don't talk about curses. We do not want to inflict the wrath of Lexi Green on us again.
Like I said, with all the snowstorms, I think I got plenty of salt now. So it's
the last time there was a curse, I had to do commentary with Guido, and as it says below my name, I'm bad at commentary. Bad at commentary, Guido.
You did a good job. Don't sell yourself short.
Donde said I did a bad job at commentary.
Yeah, okay. Consider the source on that.
I mean, he is bad. Yeah, well, he's not the camera guy. I'm the camera guy. He keeps trying to say that he's the camera guy. But anyway, all right. Thank you again, everybody.
I didn't know they had disposable cameras still until he pulled about 20 out of his bag there.
Yeah, no, they do. You can still buy them. It's getting them developed. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Modern technology will kind of do that.
All right, but thank you again for everybody joining us here tonight. And I actually have a little bit all right, hold on. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to do the thing, Guido. You ready for the thing?
Do the thing.
Here at the end of the show, we've got a little bit of breaking news. And that is that next week, we're not going to be on our normal day.
Oh, we are not.
No, we're actually going to be on Friday next week, Guido.
Ooh, okay.
As every once in a while, we have to shift our day around to accommodate a guest that we would really like to speak with.
I totally understand that.
And next week, we're actually going to have 2 guests. Yeah, 2, not 1, 2.
Not 3 either. 3's right out on that one.
Yeah, 3 is right out. 2 is going to be enough. Not going to say who it is yet. Make sure you keep an eye on the NGW Facebook page. But next week we will be airing on Friday. And then the week after that, since it's Christmas, Guido and I will not be gracing you with our presence on Christmas Day. We think you should probably need a break from us. But there will be, if you remember, we did a live stream, just last month over Thanksgiving. We're also going to be doing a show stream over the course of the Christmas season there. And that stream will be from start to finish all the NGW shows so far.
Wow.
Yeah. Get you all caught up. Nice and all caught up for the next year.
Yeah. You're going into 2026 knowing exactly what's happening in New Genesis Wrestling.
Yeah, everything that has happened.
And since you're going to be with your family, you take the time and share with them your love of New Genesis Wrestling.
Yeah. Put it up on the screen.
Like I said, show the dog. The dog probably liked the NGW.
But, also talking about the holiday season, we do have the NGW 2026 season pass available for purchase.
Ooh, and I'm just pretend I'm new. What is all entailed in the 2026 NGW season pass?
Well, new guy, first off, do you understand that you have to talk into a microphone? Anyway, all right. So NGW season pass, you will get access to all the NGW shows for one-time purchase. And let me actually pull up all the details here because we've got some. Let me get your season pass right now. New Genesis wrestling.square.site. And you can get a single season pass. You can get for a couple and for a family. And give me one second here.
How is considered a family?
Family is 4, Guido. All right. And now a single season pass is $65. A couple pass is $120, and a family pass is $240. And again, that's 4 people. But you don't just get into every single NGW show there, Guido, because we got to do something a little bit special. For each season pass holder for every show, you get a hot dog and a drink included.
Wow.
So that is entry to all the NGW shows for the year, and a hot dog and a drink for each season pass holder for less than the price of buying all the tickets at the show. If you are an NGW fan and you plan on attending all of the shows throughout the course of the year, get that season pass right now. Get it for your whole family. It'll make a great gift.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the holidays coming up, who would want the gift of a New Genesis Wrestling under the tree? And
I can't think of a single person who wouldn't want that gift.
No, I can't either. And I mean, as we all know, times are tight these days, and to be able to just one time, say, well, I really want to go, but there's a huge value involved with this too. I mean,
yeah.
Like I said, you get every New Genesis show this year.
And we got LVK saying, get tickets now. Can't wait to return. But, of course, there are individual tickets available because we have right now tickets for the next NGW show on sale right now at ngw.ticketleap.com. You can get your tickets to come out to Cold Blooded at the Lou Civic Center January 17th of 2026.
I think
I'm so excited I can't talk right, man.
You ran out of breath there, so it's New Genesis Wrestling presenting Cold Blooded January 17th, 2026 at the Lou Civic Center in Mascoutah, Illinois. Tickets are available.
The fabulous Lou Civic Center.
The fabulous Lou Civic Center in glorious Mascoutah, Illinois. I think that's how I say it usually.
Yeah.
So advance tickets are available through Ticket Leap. And
yep. All right, but you know what? I think we've got everything covered. Friday next week, get your season passes. Live stream of all the NGW shows. Get all caught up. Yeah, I think we're covered.
All righty.
All right, but everybody have a great night. Like I said, make sure you give us a top rope elbow drop on the like button, share, subscribe, and we will see you next Friday.